"You're not coming to Christmas this year," my sister said, cold and final. 9 years later, my mom tracked me down through my job and begged me to give that same sister closure. They cut me off for not fitting in. They didn't expect me to come back with a life they couldn't touch. I was 23, broke, and living in a Seattle studio. My parents were in Portland. My sister had the husband, the kids, the perfect family photo vibe. My little brother was the easy, charming favorite. And I was the middle kid in hoodies, the one everyone managed. On December 15th, I called to ask what time dinner was. My sister didn't do small talk. "We need to talk." My stomach sank. "Mom, and I think it's best if you don't come this year." She didn't soften it, not once. Then she listed my flaws like receipts. Next, she said I made everyone uncomfortable. Then she brought up my laptop last Christmas. Next, she said the kids thought I was weird. Again, she mocked my clothes like it mattered. Then she ended it. "Honestly, we'd rather you weren't there." I called my mom, waiting for her to shut it down. She backed my sister anyway. "Don't think of it as uninviting," she said. "Think of it as giving everyone space." "Space?" I said. "I live 2 hours away." She sighed. "Your sister's right. You just don't fit in. It's better for everyone." I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I just said, "Okay," and hung up. Christmas was ramen, dumb movies, and crying in the dark like I'd been erased. The next morning, I deleted their numbers, blocked their socials, changed my email, and stopped reaching. If I wasn't wanted, I'd make it permanent. My birthday came and went. Nothing. No call, no text, no card. That stung worse than the uninvite, because it proved this wasn't space. It was removal. So I built a life where I didn't have to audition. I worked hard because code at least followed rules. Promotions came. A startup poached me. My equity finally mattered. By 32, I owned a house, had real friends, and felt weird, in a good way, not a shameful one. 2 weeks ago, an unknown number lit up my phone. I answered and heard my mom, older and shaky. "Rebecca, please, I need to see you." "How did you get this number?" "Your company, they transferred me. We met at a coffee shop." She didn't waste time. "It's your sister," she said. "Stage 3, breast cancer." I waited for grief. Mostly, I felt empty. "She wants to apologize," my mom added. "Just once." I agreed to 1 hour. Saturday, I drove to their suburb house and knocked. Inside, family photos covered the walls like nothing had happened. My sister's kids were teenagers now, and they looked at me like a stranger, because I was. My mom led me to the den. My sister sat in a recliner, bald from chemo, wrapped in blankets. She looked smaller, softer, and still terrified. "I'm sorry," she said, "for what I said, for pushing you out. You had 9 years," I said. "You waited until you were scared." She swallowed. "I know. Why?" I asked. "Why tell me I didn't fit in?" She stared at her hands. "Because I was jealous. You were free. I did everything right and I hated it. If your path was valid, mine looked like a cage. So she made me the problem, so she didn't have to look at her own life." I didn't forgive her. I did draw the line. "You don't get to be proud of me," I said. "You gave that up." She cried and nodded, like the truth hurt but still fit. My mom asked if I'd give my dad 5 minutes. He walked in with red eyes and a shaking mouth. "I thought staying out of it was neutral," he said. "But silence is a choice." I chose wrong. I didn't comfort him. "Yeah," I said. "You did." After I left, my sister texted, "Thank you for coming." I didn't reply. When my mom called saying my sister was back in the hospital, I didn't go. "I already gave her her hour," I said. "That's what she gets." A little later, my mom asked me to meet again. "She left you something," she said. "A letter and photos." In the same coffee shop, she slid me a small box. The letter called me the brave one and admitted she punished me for being authentic. Under it were old pictures of us laughing before she decided I didn't belong. My mom looked at me like a kid waiting on a verdict. "Does this mean you're coming back?" I stood up. "Not right now," she whispered. "Then, see you later?" I gave her a small, real smile. "Maybe." I drove home to my house, my life, the one I built without their approval. They banned me from Christmas for not fitting in. Turns out the best gift they ever gave me was the exit.